Welcome to the stage, chat. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Let me get my chats ready. Yeah, we need to continue reading. We've been holding back on the reading, chat. All right. I need a clue 1. Do I have a clue 1? I have a lot of clue 1s now. By the way, chat, I saw something on on YouTube, and it considered Ines, and I really liked it, but I have no idea what she's saying. I should send it to the Discord later. I don't know. Where would I even see that? It was a little Ines animation, and it was really cute. Well, I don't know if you could call what was going on in the video cute, but it was good. Who's this, yo? No new units yet. I don't know. How much do I have? I have enough to do a pull. Oh yeah. Oh man, I am ready. So let's see. I have a few more pulls left. I have 2 more pulls left. Wait, hold on. It'll be fine. Did we finish chapter 12 combat stages? I wonder if we did. Estina. Estina, who? Are you Ursus? Are you an Ursus cub? What kind of skins do you have? Oh, you have a really nice skin. Chat, I don't know what to do with this. Do I do this? I mean, she's already at max. How do I get you how do I promote you? Well, yeah, but she's maxed at E0. Oh, I need to clear. Okay. Okay. Where am I? I'm in 1. Oh well. Let me see, chat. Where are we in? We're in 12:10. Okay. Okay. But we left off on reading. Let me check where we left off on the reading. Let's see, chapter... Did we even start reading? I think we... I don't know, did we start reading? I don't think we did we? $11.9. No, not 11.9. Give me a second, chat. No, okay. I didn't even start chapter 11. I thought I did. Okay. Yeah, so we finished it. All right. Chapter 11 start. Oh, hold on, chat. 26 years ago. 1072. 26 years ago. Okay. Duke of Cumberland. So, okay. These two pitiful members have died in their cells. An end they deserved. It's time Parliament understood they served Victoria and not the businessmen stuffing their pockets with coin. I understand your eagerness. Still, some are worried. Your presence on the court has terrified a great deal of members who have been observing the situation. They may act with impropriety in days to come. Impropriety? Propriety? They should be fearful. They'll better know their places. This unbroken succession of wars, while away with while away the riches, the way they have oh man, the way they word these is so, it makes my head like turn, or not for a good, makes my head turn, not very in the good way. Riches our forebears accumulated over the ages, yet certain greedy condoings have been regarded, flattened by them. Oh, reared. I'm not looking for you to back down, but if we could just go a little slower. A little slower, as if the condor wings know when to stop. Why don't you look for them to feed a little slower? If you don't put our new tax policies in place, then once the enemy sees fit to pounce on Victoria and tear her flesh apart, even the mercenaries will leave us without a second thought. If they consider themselves soldiers, clear of mind and honorable of heart, they will stand by your side. I'm afraid the Red Dragon thought as much too before he was forced to share half his crown. We all saw the end that befell him. I promise you, no matter the hour, you will have Cumberland's loyalty. Of course, Cumberland, the ever on high, how could I doubt where you stand? But you see, Robert, Victoria is in her hour of need this very moment. The right of kings is waning upon this swath of soil. Why does your Majesty think so? It's your birthday. It's your birthday day after. Everybody is hoping to catch a glimpse of your visage. The servicemen are impatient to pay their respects to you, and the populace cheers are sure to drown out the parade in turn. This year perhaps, but what of next year, and when it comes time for my Alexandrian to succeed the throne? Robert, we will make our exit, sooner or later. Your Majesty, Your Majesty, Your Grace, pardon me for bothering you without permission, but I have just had a report. There has been an intrusion in the palace grounds. The signs of kings is unaccounted for. And so is Her Highness Alexandrina? Alexandrina? I'm currently losing my mind with IS-6 RNG. I'm gonna be joining you soon, Hogan. But not today. The guard have sealed off all areas of connection, and the search is underway. But no leads have suffered for the time being. Surfaced for the time being. Her Highness Alexandrina, and the Victorian Realm Blade have gone missing at once. Is in this sensitive a situation. Oh my god, it hurts. No noble would be this brazen, but Your Majesty, I assure you, I will personally handle this affair straight away. Don't be flattered, my old friend. Alexandrina's longtime mentor accompanies her. I trust no one will pose a threat to her safety. Her mentor, as in? He treats Alexandrina very well. I can't recall if he's ever shown me the same level of concern. As for our sign of kings, no matter where it is, it will play its role. You mean the role of a realm blade? You'll be grasped by a righteous ruler before those academies conduct their endless research on it. That is what a realm blade stands for, and we all look forward to the coming of that day. I understand, Robert, for your daughter and for mine. Yes, Your Majesty, and for Victoria. So I'm assuming the realm blade is the hammer that Siege uses to pound people with. Made I'll she? Oh, is this mint? Is that mint? No, it is not mint. Allerdale. Oh, Allerdale! Oh! Oh! Man. Life hasn't been very nice to Allerdale. I have to, Alishi. Alishi? I need to see my father. I know he's at home today. If I'm not quick enough, he'll be off God knows where again. The Duke's been up to his ears in business recently, but if he knows you want to meet him, I'm sure he'll be willing to spend the time with you. I don't want him to spend time with me. Then what are you in such a hurry to see him for? I need to tell him loud and clear how I don't want to go to County York. Don't you like the county? Country? The manor out there's a lot more land than it is here. Used to love playing in the meadows, and you always had the farmers' kids there play cricket with you. I love it there, but it's hardly ever summer yet this time of year. We usually stay in Londinium. Plus, isn't it strange to you how it's just me and Mum going this time? Calm down for now. I hear from the Manchester's butler how a lot of the noble houses, masters and mistresses are summering in the country early this year. It might just be one of those new trends in society, you know? Don't give me that. Alshie's dad's hiding from me. He wants me out of here. Why? Because I keep asking him to teach me swordsmanship, or because I can never get any Gaulish into my head? I'm guessing that's their ancient language, right? Is that why he has a temper? Is that why he has a temper at me? You guys are losing your mind in IS6. I'm losing my mind in how they word these sentences. Miss Allerdale, maybe it's not my place to say this, but my manners tutor isn't here right now, and I didn't get to tosses what you should be saying or not. Maybe this is just a French way of talking. Is this French? No, wait, where are we? Are we in France? Are we in Britain? We're in Britain, right? No, it's not that it's just hard to pronounce sometimes. It's like, it's the way they structure these sentences. It's the way the sentences are structured. Yeah, I know, Londinium, but that's like what, British? Yeah. So we're basically in Britain. Maybe this is just how they speak. Maybe they speak in broken English. By the way, chat, if there was ever an America in Arknights, where is it? Or is there not an America? I only offer I can only offer my own opinion. Miss, His Grace loves you very much. No matter what his decision is going to be for the good of you and the madam. If he wants good for me, that's more reason he shouldn't be sending me off. It's painfully. Is it the Sancta? Because of the guns? Pow pow, pew pew, ping ping, pong pong. Colombia? Oh, have I been to Colombia? Like, have I read anything on Colombia? I don't think I've been to Colombia yet. I'll miss him. I'll miss him a lot, you know. Come on, you. What's the blushing for? Because that's the kind of thing only little kids say. I don't want Dad to think I'm attached to him. I need to be stronger, and then I can become a esteemed knight sooner, just like my great-great-great-great-grandmother. Jeez. But you know, you are a child still. You should try telling him everything you've been feeling. He's a gentle, generous Duke, and a kind and caring father. I'm sure he'll understand you. So you'll let me see him? I always support you in your decisions. But you'd best be a little slower, so you don't trip on the plants, or else Mr. Jim the gardener will skip dinner again out of shame for getting you hurt. Is Colombia that one place where like we meet what's her name? We meet Synax? Sinks? It's like CY or something, I think. And Schwartz, tell Jim it's his fault if it's his fault if his plants hurt me. Really, what do we do with you? Make sure you mind your skirt, Miss Allerdale. You've got an audience with His Majesty at the dinner tonight. We have been to Colombia loads of times, though. Rankwood event in Colombia, all over Ryan Land take place there. I haven't done those events, never. There's an event that I did. It's one of the first events. I think it's one of the first events, I think, and it's where I meet Thorns in the story, and I meet like the Penguin, that one band that shows up every now and then, and I met Schwartz there, and that's in Sargon. Sargon? I don't think that's Sargon. It was like a little island place. It's like a little island place. There's like a music celebration, I think, in the event. Siesta, yeah. Is Siesta different from Colombia? Or is Siesta a city in Colombia? Hawaii? Okay. I mean, that's basically America. It's basically America. Have you seen Charles Lynch anywhere? The newly appointed Steam Knight, was it? Incredible achievement at his age. I'm sure plenty come here just to mob him. Shame he rushed off not long after he arrived. I hear every Steam Knight garrison in London got orders to move. Is it Sargon or Lithuanian this time? God save Victoria, no more wars. Every time one happens, I have to sell off a few more of my grandfather's paintings. Rest his soul. It's an order, is a direct order. It's an order direct from Parliament this time. Jesus, It's a direct order. This is get on this. Parliament. Oh, of course, the Steam Knights sit under Parliament, don't they? You always get words so quick. It's the way the words are worded. Oh, Columbia. Oh, Jessica. But that's like one place in Jessica. That's like a random moving city, right? I can't really I thought I was in Ursus in that event. The more you're informed, the better you invest, especially in these times. This goes far further than how much pound sterling we make or lose. Jesus, we're deciding the nation's future, and that's precisely why we need to be in touch with more of the wisest. Major Lynch is, I think the proper title is Sir Charles now. Why does that name look familiar? They have me show these sentences that may or may not be grammatically correct. Literally, meme. Literally, it's not that It's just words are put in weird spots. Like the pronunciation isn't the problem, really. It's the way it's the placement in the sentence. It's like saying Ivy think proper titles is Sir Charles now. They could have done that, and I would And then I have never trying to say poor. Wait, what are you trying to say poor never? Because that's poor. Poor as in like. I can't really describe poor. Is a diligent. Yeah, see, and I have now I have my chat trying to. See, Sage rate a bit over little thinking about it. This is why I don't read chat. This is why I don't read. So, look how many letters are in here, and this already looks unappetizing. Sir Charles is a diligent and upstanding knight, loyal to our nation, to Victoria. He's been aboard his high-speed warship defending us at the northern border for close to 10 years now. Countless meritorious deeds, selected to be a steam knight even at his young age. There's no telling how far he'll go. But you said you would read the Enfield lore. Yeah, I still am, meme. Like, I'm still gonna try and read the story. To be frank, I never was very good in spelling. I mean, like, I feel like there's a lot of people nowadays, especially let's move on. I hear you used to live in Londinium. I think right here in Mother Octarg? Octarg? Come to think, I've never heard anything about his family. No matter his family, he's a pillar of Victoria. Hey, English is hard sometimes, man. Especially whenever you throw their placements into sentences around. Prestige lack of dick. No, I know the words. It's just the placements of the words. Those with the honor of joining the Steam Knights are much different stuff than in times past. You know the type. The court suck up playing what? Syncopant? Playing syncopant? What? To the monarch. that word I don't know. Did I hear you ribbing at? Do I hear you ribbing at someone? I've never heard that saying. No, 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 I would hardly. All I'm saying is, you see how His Majesty is surrounded by such fine company like Sir Charles? Well, there are people out there who've done nothing but rest their own laurels on their ancestry honors. They're a pale shadow in... Hello, Ellerdale. Jump and slap. I didn't. I didn't actually think she would slap the man. I was gonna say jump up there and slap him, but I didn't really expect him to actually do that. Oh dear, whose child is this? What? Oh wait, no, she just bumped into him. What are you barging about a dining hall for? You'll be dragged off forthwith if you bother His Majesty or His Grace. The dress, the hair color, Richard, she's... The Cumberlands are not suck-ups. Oh no, she actually... Okay, no, okay. We deserve steam armor, we'll charge enemy lines and give our lives for His Majesty and Victoria. Sir Lord, Lady Martha, dreadfully sorry. The miss is just feeling unwell right now. She doesn't mean to be rude to the guests. I should have put her to bed. The blame is mine. What do you mean the blame is yours, Alshi? Alshi? Is it Alshi? No one is allowed to sully the Cumberland's honor. I'll become a brilliant steam knight like my ancestors were. Just wait until I grow up. I'll prove it to all of you. Don't run so fast, sir, madam. I need to fetch Mistress Allerdale, if you'll pardon me. Well then, our Miss Allerdale seems to be fine, outspoken young girl. I thought we wouldn't have the chance to meet Miss Allerdale until the function tonight. How lucky of us, wouldn't you say, Martha? Children can always afford to be innocent and naive, but whoever you may be, you won't get away without growing up. Oh, that's a little sad though. And gasps as she runs down a long passage. She meant to seek her father, and she had no idea why she squeezes her way into this tiny room instead. It's far from both the ballroom and the Duke's study, practically neighboring the attic. It's probably her fit of temper in this moment. She doesn't understand why her dad wants her gone, let alone why those posh dressed visitors would say such things about the Cumberlands. Every time life doesn't go her way, like when she loses a cricket match or when her father the Duke misses her birthday party, this is where she comes, so she can have a chat with her old friend. What is this? They've all forgotten. You were the mightiest knight the Steam Knights ever had. But my father taught me that the true heroes aren't afraid to give their lives, and they're even less afraid of being forgotten, so I shouldn't have argued with them. You know what, chat? I kinda like this. This will be a good thumbnail one of these days. That's really good. I like this. I can forgive the terrible sentence structure. I really want to grow up soon, and then I'll become one of the glorious Steam Knights too, and rout all our enemies. I'll make every single person who ever talked down on the Cumberlands to shame. Oh my god, on the Cumberlands too ashamed to lift their heads. I probably can't be as mighty as you were, but it'll be enough if I can just be two-thirds as mighty. But my father said that as a Cumberland, I must hold the loftiest goals in mind. So, you'll watch over me, can't you? I won't disappoint you, of course not. Man, it's kind of sad. This is kind of sad. Um, yeah, just life doesn't go your way. Is someone here? Is it Alshi? She doesn't want to be dragged back to the hall so soon, so she stoops down with a single step, leaps behind the steam knight's armor nose as what? With a single step, leaps behind the steam armor she knows so well. The dilapidated suit shields her as if it was protecting the young descendant. Her dainty frame is completely concealed. Strangers' footsteps encroach. Most of her view is blocked by the suit. Alderdale can't make out their faces. The most she can glimpse is their distorted reflections. Time's short, and chances are few. We need to confirm a few things. Are you sure this place is safe? It's as scheduled as any nook or cranny secluded as any nook or cranny gets. The rest of the visitors are all in the ballroom still. No one noticed us leave. You know, someone has. Not everyone loves to hang around in opulent halls with nothing to do. Allerdale thinks to herself. I don't understand. Why not choose today? The lion's family left his den for once, and hardly any of the guard are here. An assassin can't solve everything, and it won't. Don't tell me you're scared of the gallows, Mr. Dutyman. Compared to your fear of poverty, I'd say getting hangs a lot lighter affair for me. I'm sick of spending my days with my brain and my wallet in others' hands. Chop chop, please. Even if the elder dies, they're still the cubs. The crown will remain seated firm on their heads, muzzling us like draft animals. If we can kill one king, we can kill a second. Easier said. Listen, we have to be patient. The Steam Knights have all been sent out. By the time they return to Londinium, the dust will have settled. What will they do then? The same as those Paragon few? They'll do nothing for their own gain, and everything for Victoria. Even if it won't be handy to support our action, they'll understand the decision from on high. Then that leaves the Royal Guard. At the parade, contain every knight of the tower. The key is seizing the city defense fortress. Some dukes got fed up with it long ago. Alder's face presses against cold plate, but sweat nevertheless drops down her forehead. It grows harder and harder not to move a muscle, not to mention keeping her breathing stifled. The voices of the two figures grow gradually out of reach, then suddenly are right before her. For a blink, she quivers, trying as hard as she can not to let her body slip into view, curling even her toes in. Has this lousy thing always been here? First generation Steam Knight armor. First generation? That's over 200 years ago. It's antique by now, isn't it? I'm sure it'd fetch a pretty price. Haven't you seen the family crest? It's House Cumberland's steam armor. Its old owner once stood before the Gaulish artillery in this brace for 3 whole hours, just as His Majesty could flee unscathed together with his shattered people. Only during battlefield cleanup did people realize half the suit had been blown away, and the one inside may well have died soon after bombardment began. But even dead, knights still persevere in protecting their own king and kin, reluctant to fall so soon. And here you're the one of the Gaulish blood. I'm surprised you like reminiscing on these noble heroic deeds more than I do. Fundamentally, I just bear respect for those we can call heroes. Their belonging and your measuring of things don't mix. Even if this duke's home is razed to ash one day, the Cumberlands will never sell off this armor. The damn noble sense of honor, am I right? Utterly meaningless in my view. He's welcome to watch from his ivory tower all he likes, along with the rest of the dukes. No matter who the city's ruler normally is, it won't make the duke's authority any worse for wear, at least for the moment. I don't know, but well, they haven't thrown a mismatch sentence at me yet, so I think I'm good for the time being until that happens. If he took the prudent path, then he wouldn't be Cumberland. Why can't he just let go of his loyalty to the Lions? With colossal change about to greet Victoria, you wish he'd recognize where his loyalty should lie sooner rather than later? What's going on down there? More men than you can count have surrounded the Duke's manor. What? Quiet, listen carefully. Palace underground. Blade thieved. Seal off all major streets and whatever this is. No one in or out. Can you hear what they're saying down there? They're searching for someone. His Majesty's entire guard has moved out. They couldn't know we're meeting here, could they? What do we do, sir? A faint noise comes to the front of them. It sounds like someone gently drawing breath. Alistair's heart pounds. Man, I don't have any water here. I can get it later. Allerdale, it's no good. It's no good habit to eavesdrop. Listen to your father now. Only lowly scoundrels would hide away in the dark to plot the demise of another. Maybe they do it for their own benefit, but such stolen victories never last for long. Lowly scoundrels, both of them. She doesn't want to be caught barefaced, especially not by these awful people. It disappoint her father and bring shame on the Cumberland name. If she can just climb out of the window, she's climbing out of the window. We need to seize the moment. The soldiers are counting heads right now. We'll mingle with the crowd in the confusion. That way, nobody will realize we were ever gone. Do you hear something? Must be some little house pest. Don't overthink it. How's a room so cramped going to hide anyone? Well, someone as small as a bean. She carefully, gingerly cowers into the inside the shadow. Her most loyal ally, the tremendous suit of steam armor, becomes her shield. Her fingers fled to the edge of the window as she could climb over and out. She can avoid this duo's line of sight and climb down the gutter pipe. Her skirt's filthy by now. She won't be happy about this, but as long as she is not caught. And she cut out. Okay, she doesn't understand what happened. The sky and ground seem to spin before her eyes. Inside Allerdale's head whirling with her hands and legs lose all purchase. Her grasp and footing touch nothing but thin air. She plummets straight from the second story. Is this how she loses an eye? The garden scenery screams like mad towards her head, but before she hits the soft soil, a soft yet ample cushion catches her. A cushion from where? No, it's not even a cushion. Alder feels herself gently placed upon the ground. She turns to look behind. Oh my lord. Is it siege? And creatures confined to legend stand before her. They must have leapt out of a fairy tale just a moment ago, stood there imposing in the garden. They really do exist. Their golden fur gleams, I don't know that word. Scintillant as the sun. The one at the head has pupils of deep brown, and they are now calmly staring at Allerdale. Okay, it's just the lions, I guess. Allerdale, brought by her father, has had several audiences with His Majesty, and seen generations of portraits of the Aslan kings hung on the palace walls. but this is the first time she cannot help but the urge of her bow the help the help the urge to bow her head before such a gaze, for the ones before her seemed more awe-inspiring than any monarch. No, it is. It is siege, isn't it? Yet, a Cumberland does not bow so lightly. Elra makes a conscious effort to keep her head held high as it can go, and only then does she notice that the one in the center carries a human aside him. It's tiny Siege, a girl who must be even younger than her, dressed in sumptuous ceremony, laughingly sat atop his back, akin to plated gold. Are these do they just keep these lions in their palace or something as like as like horses? In his mouth is held a sword that outsizes the girl by far. So it's not Siege's siege. Not that you know of. Then wait, so then what are these lions doing here? I wouldn't think lions would be running around in like a city. A deep resonant voice arose in Allerdale's head. Allerdale Cumberland, you will meet Vina again someday. The lion can talk. This is the first time Allerdale meets them, and the last as well. To the Beast Lords, I have no idea what that is. I've heard y'all talk about them. I have no idea what they are. And over 20 years to follow, their sight will recur in her dreams of that august golden presence of the girl who was there with them. Now this is... Man, Arknights and their like goated like CGs. Well, not CG, whatever you call this. Until like the aristocrat of Beast prophesies, she once again meets the one named Vina. They're the lions that surround Vina when she uses her S3. That's what I thought, right? But they can't be summons. They gotta be like these look corporeal. They don't look. They look solid, right? They don't look like the ones that are summoned in her skill. So I don't know if these are like the ones in her skill like take the form of these things, or are they actually summoned? Are those Vina that did Vina summon those three? Look, that's Her Royal Highness Alexandrina. Inform His Majesty immediately. We found Her Highness. She's in the garden right this moment. Wait, I'm not seeing things, am I? Isn't that the missing Her Highness? She found the sign of kings. God save Victoria. God save the king. Cheers instantly erupt throughout the garden. Servicemen, nobles, servants, everyone swarms for the place, eyes on Her Highness bearing the symbol of royal power. What a miracle it is. Hot tears flow into people's eyes, and one after another they reach their hands out in joy. Miss Allerdale, what are you doing here? You can't see them? Them? Who do you mean? Her Highness Alexandrina? So are you telling me that these people are just seeing her float with a sword next to her? Okay, for some reason Pedra. I cannot. Hold on. For some reason, Pedra, your first message is not showing up. Can't log in. Oh my god, the place where I got to pass the. Which, well, for some reason I can't boot Limbus and Trickle. Pedra, send me DM me that gotcha. Pedra, DM me that Trickle, like what it, cause like I keep forgetting what the name of it is, and I wanna check it out. She's the only one there, you know. No, them, they're golden. He just said something to me too. Did something happen to you? Your skirt's dirty to high heaven. Are you alright? I'm not sure. Stars fell into the room upstairs. The steam knight armor gave those scoundrels a beating. I don't understand what you're telling me. If I feel really dizzy. You need some proper rest. Who hasn't lost their head seeing all of this? Far too much has happened today. You will have 100-day celebration soon. 100-day celebration. So it hasn't been out long. So 2027 of stages is full goon down back. Wait, what are you talking about, Gene? Why do you say that? Do you see? Her Highness Alexandrina came back with the missing of signs of kings. I mean, you can't really say it's missing. I think the sign of kings has been with her. I feel like she took the sign of kings with her when she went out. Well, wouldn't that? I think he said because she was very good. Oh, really? Ooh, really? I'm starting to understand the magic behind what, Pedra? The cheers from the gardens were practically shaking all the windows and walls. Hardly anyone believed their own eyes. Her Highness Alexandrina in the flesh, and her age. How young is she still? You're not talking about Allerdale and Little Vina, are you, Pedra? A miracle, everyone's calling it. Yes, a miracle, of course it is. The greatest difference between miracles and the coincidence is that miracles never descend for no reason in the time and place they do. It'll be His Majesty's birthday soon. How could I not consider this magical after a splendid portent of things to come? I'm talking about you. Respect my name. But to me, it seems like you have Flametail on your as your profile. So maybe you're talking about a smaller Flametail too. Do give that a rest. They put on this whole altar style drama for the merriment of anyone watching. What I'm suddenly minding is the opinion some dukes have of His Majesty and our Duke of Cumberland. Leave it there, all worries on the back burner now. The dinner party's about to begin. You're quite right, let's enjoy everything here to the fullest. God save Victoria. It seems the people's attention are on Alexandrina's adventure. Your Majesty, you knew beforehand Her Highness would enter the cavern underground. It was a fine opportunity with me out of the palace. The diligent guards could move easily. The diligent guards could move easily, move more easily, chatter, or perhaps sleep on the job, and thus let this little intruder of ours slip by. So you planned all this. Half was his fine improvisation. He does like a harmless little practical joke on us humans now and then. If he went along with this, does that imply he too considered this a necessary deed? Londinium will be soon for summer, awfully stuffy days, and torrents of rain from time to time. You're planning to send Alardale and the wife out of the city yourself, aren't you? Your Majesty, my intention has always been but one. I simply... Robert, you adore your daughter, as do I. Is that Robert Alardale? No, Robert Cumberland? Is that who that is? We are to wager everything for Victoria's present, but they are Victoria's future, on the off chance we do fail. We will not, Your Majesty. I will ensure the worst case does not happen, if it takes my very life. I'm filled with great courage and confidence at our prospects. Still, it doesn't hinder me from planning just the most minute escape option for Alexandrina. She'll be ruling Victoria sooner or later. Is it so wrong to have her get the grasp with this city in advance? And a similar farce still more or less served to right the balance on this stifling seeming afternoon. Under all this pressure, the people's spirits need a little boost. That is what we're here. That is what we're meant here for. Of course, we all have some premonition, hence why we made these calculations, correct? Come, Robert. Once you're done with your tea, we'll be due downstairs. I hear music. That's the band Dad and His Majesty invited. Yes, Miss Alardale, the dinner party is about to begin. Everyone's so happy. Aren't you too? Will the days go on like this forever? Me and you and Dad and Mom will always be together. I don't know, Miss Alardale, but I believe nothing ever stays completely the same, just as the flowers in the garden. No, there are some things that will never change. I'll grow up to be a steam knight, just like Sir Lynch. No, even greater than Sir Lynch. I'll protect you all and drive every scoundrel away. HMS? What is HMS? Will better fate than HMS Victoria, both in fact named after the same person being Alexandrina Victoria, who happens to be the name of Siege. What are you talking about? Like are you talking about like a British ship? I'll uphold the glory of Cumberland just like my great grandmother. I promise this. You'll see. I'm not leaving Londinium. You're not allowed to leave either. I'm going to tell Dad. This is my home, just like every Cumberland's done before me. I'll keep it, and I'll protect it until my life is over. Oh, HMS is His Majesty. Okay. Are you British, Nebvar? Do you know this? Do you know this information because you're British? I swear. No. Good, because I thought the British don't exist. I'm just kidding. Oh, chat. Let me go get my tea. I'll be right back. My family has not been British since the 1600s. Some guy named Cromwell has something to do with it. What are you talking? Was that like a royal, like a not royal, like some kind of like revolt or uprising? "4 years ago." Or did one of your ancestors lose the rights of succession? 1094. St. Marcel's College. Hey, look, all the soldiers in Parliament Square, all the crossbows and cannons. You've got nowhere to run. Stop crying, you're not supposed to cry. Chin up, you're playing the king. Stream chat has a conscience and wants to silence me. What, have you been trying to say something, Pedro? I don't know, as long as you don't have the word is read in it. But other than that, I don't know what's going on with you, Pedro. I'll have you all killed. I got my Knights of the Foyer. It's the Knights of the Tower. Foyer. Most of them surrendered, and all the ones who wouldn't give in will be like you soon. They'll be tired. They'll be tried by us, and the fiery rage of Londinium will we represent. Who can try a king? Used to be nobody could, maybe nobody else in the future either. You're a dead end, your majesty. You blocked Victoria's forward stride. Every march in the city stopped on your command. Plus she wanted to take the daily bread away from all the suffering people, stealing every last penny out of their purses. Our hands toil for nothing but tomorrow's sun. It's you and your greedy attendants that forced us to stain ourselves in your blood. Forward, soldiers, for Victoria. Victoria, I am Victoria, you insolence. Victoria won't pardon you for this, even if I become a specter. Spectre, first you run over to these steps and then fall down, and then you say that. Why do I? That is the things that these children play at. Like these children are reenacting something, and it reflects their it reflects their view on their kingdom, and that's a little worrying. The algorithm is British. It does not tolerate slander against it. Are you speaking bad about the British? Who's that running around the doorway here? My family were royalists, so fled after the king's defeat. Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll do it. Never, that'll do it. So where did they go? Where did they go after fleeing? Yes, I am. Ralph, Anna, you little pair of mischief makers. It's Miss Molly. We were just getting to the most fun part. Anna, quickly get on the steps. We're going to do the hanging. Oh my word. Maybe saying British might work. Who taught you children such cruel game? It's how the grown-ups in Slantward Alley play. Slantward Alley. There's all manners there. Did you watch some kind of silly show? Who took you to see? Tom the cobbler. He was drinking a lot of yellow stuff and it was all dripping off his face, and then he ran up on stage while they were up there and he was he was yelling and screaming, "I won't let you disgrace His Majesty the King. He was a great among greats." That bloody Tom. No, that's no language to use in front of children. What's he talking? Oh, what's he thinking? Taking children to a pub. Let's keep going, Anna. I want to play one more time before supper. Then it's your turn to be the one that dies, Ralph. You promise you can't fib. Your Majesty, pardon these children for disrespecting you. They'll never see you nor hear your voice before. All they know are the rumors of you from all the city gossip peddlers. Miss Molly, you never see the king before either. You don't get to be all hot, hippity hot. I'm just gonna say hippity hoppity. With us, the world would be better. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Just this newly colonized place called. Okay, all right, Never. So you're one of me. I mean, the British would probably be better as a Let's move on. Come on, run, Anna. I'm chasing you. Better not say something too controversial, right, chat? It's not like I want to go viral and get thousands of subs. So stage, no more voice acting, so it's safe, not sanity drain draining stream. Oh no, Mirai, it's just because we don't have certain characters on the screen. I'm saying your chat layout is rigged. Hey, it's not my fault, okay? It's not my fault. Maybe blame Gene. Maybe Gene made some changes. Out of the way, traitor. Sooner or later, you'll be torn apart by the beast within. Yeah, blame Gene. Children, this is hardly proper of you. That's right. That's right, Mariah. That's right. If you don't want punishment, you'd best cut that out. Never let any of the clergy or teachers see. See what? Oh, good. Lady Golding. Have we seen her before? Ralph, why are you so flushed? 'Cause we're playing a game, ma'am. It's really fun. A game. Very well, I understand. Return to your bedrooms soon, and don't forget to do today's homework. Yes, ma'am. Additionally, Ralph, Molly may only be older than the two of you by a few years, but she is still your teacher. Yes, ma'am. Sorry, Miss Molly. Alright, listen to the ma'am now. Off you go. Alright, Mirai, you have a good one. I can't believe you didn't scold the two of them. Ralph and Anna, I don't blame them. The children just don't understand what cruelty is yet. They have an innate desire to learn. If they can't learn anything proper from books or ourselves, it's only natural they'll turn to other places. Oh, the French too? Man, hey, chat, just my channel isn't in favor. They so, you know what, it might probably be YouTube. It might be YouTube. They so many say that hanging transformed Victoria. Lady Golding, do you agree? Ask the same question to different people and you'll only get different answers. The machines of Highbury munitions factories certainly never cease to whir, but the grand house have had many a change in ownership. While all I know is that these poor children still comes and goes to our school each year. Bless their hearts, they're in need of help, much as I was 20 years ago. I think the school, if it hadn't lodged me, I would have long died of some illness or other. Molly, what happened just earlier gave me an idea. An idea? You mean the sets of plays you're holding? Indeed. So they're meant for the children, but they're only just learn to read. Wouldn't it be a little too soon? Better this than all the showy slipshod stuff in Slantword's alley. For young children, acting other roles is tantamount to a game. The complex implication might escape them for now, but at least they can get a little taste of the emotion and power within the words for themselves. Maybe it's slander against any country. Probably. YouTube's probably, you know, doing its YouTube thing. I do hope you're right. It comes with another upside too, no? The children won't be nodding off in my lecture classes anymore. I suppose. What happens to me is that we can... What matters to me is that we can use up just a little of their energy. It'll be a great leap for me. Jesus. Okay. Thank you, Never. I'll rest his soul. Have the police caught the murderer yet? That's the problem. Wouldn't say the suspect scraped into a defense force barracks. Seal the street, move, don't let him get away. All eyes out. And now he's fled into... Really? Hard to say, man. Probably not that simple. How strange. Are these the defense force men? My eyes might just be playing tricks, but their uniform is a little different to what I remember. I've got a friend who lives in Camden, ma'am. He says there's soldiers just flooding the streets nearby, all of them wearing that uniform. That's even word. There's even word that, well, a duke secretly slipped into Londinium just yesterday. How though? Wasn't that prohibited by law? Thank you, Mr. Adams. These books are too heavy. I'll pick them up next time. Molly, back to the school as quick as we can. No one. Didn't they say they saw someone hiding in the alley? You can't let word of the Duke spread to the city if we do. Our entire operations today. Damn and blast. Don't even see if it was a man or a woman. What the hell are these intelligent agents doing in their bloody Londinium offices? Good for nothing. Get the duchy's people running circles around them. Luckily, I just landed a bolt. Keep up the chase. They can't have gotten far. Oh, Heidi. Hey, Jean. You need to fix your restriction problems, Jean. Lady Golding, did you see something? Nothing urgent. Molly, you go back to the school for now. Gather all the children and make sure they don't stray out into the streets. What about you? I'm going to see a friend. Prepare some hot water and clean towel in the office for me. be back as soon as I can. What happened? Um, Never will give you the rundown. Let's just say that you're keeping him from speaking his mind. Sorry, bear with me. The school things are fairly rudimentary. More often we have children falling over while making a racket. Not so much being shot by soldiers' crossbows. Who knew you could sew up wounds? With the scant yearly donations at school, we can't afford to hire that many staff. I have to moonlight as the school nurse a lot of the time. Never. I didn't read chat. After seeing you move so silently on the street, I was imagining you would feel the pain. Oh, don't jest with me. You're the only one in all of London who I can truly catch my breath with. I can saunter your wound, Heidi, but I can't disinfect it. You'd best be off to a hospital straight away. I don't think so. Can you tell me why? I thought we were friends. Golding, I shouldn't have come here with you in the first place. I haven't wanted to pull you or the children all into all of this mess. So soldiers are after you. Are they really the Duke of Stafford's men? Did Adams tell you that? I thought he would keep mum. He's your friend and mine as well. He was the one holding the book club we met each other at, and don't you forget that. Could I ever? You were a ruthless one then. A fast food worker, pop culture subservience. It's only used as fueling chatter between ladies of the house and girls at tea time. Your words for my newest work. But I did say that the author's talent lay far beyond. And I hadn't conceived that the most tasteful of all Linnean's critics were such a simple, unassuming teacher. You know, chat, I could take this as Mint's mother. I could read into every line you'd written and eat for each one the 100 lines you had beside. Those were your words, Heidi uttered by now. Never would I doubt the unspoken understanding between us. Then let me help you. We can be more frank with each other, Heidi, just as we always have. Golding, did I ever tell you that years and years ago I had the fortune of meeting a Laterano cleric who wasn't a sancta? What? She once lived in London too. She may well have some ties to add to this school's origin. When I myself hate and are you sure? Was it Mirai or I thought it was Pedra. I thought Pedra was saying something. Who is she? She's Lady Golding. Goodness. Hold on, you have a guess. Who might this be? A literary circle friend. Is something the matter, Molly? Outside, ma'am. I thought you would have heard. Strange noises, the sort that Londoners are quite inured to. Both of them, Pedro and Shiro. Well, you can always bonk them if need be, Jean. They confuse them all too easily at first, with the sound of an exploding steam boiler constantly lit, or the sound of a mechanical foul beast. The children so love slicing through the air. But as the ground and building tremor became steadily apparent, an instinctual panic struck everyone. By protection of the king, Londinium has never once met a catastrophe before. What they face now is without a doubt a different sort of menace. In those of long age, something stirs. The nightmare of 20 years ago has come again, the sign of war. In the midst of the room silence, the rumble grows thicker. Doesn't make sense. They were only catching a few criminals. Why did they bring out such a display of force? If we could make sense of everything, of every thought in the minds of our fellow man, maybe many a tragedy would never come to pass. Molly, if you could check whether the soldiers in the streets are still there. I have to leave now. I know, I'd love to urge you to stay, but I know full well that not even heavy artillery could stop you. I know you've noticed too, Golding. Another scene change is being wrought upon Londinium tonight. The Duke of Stafford troops are on the offensive at Parliament Square as we speak. The Duke of Cavendish men arrived at the outer wall a long time earlier. The coup d'etat over 20 years ago, and the turmoil is brought. We're at least the briefest thing for the citizens. For the citizens here, but this time I couldn't say. This will likely develop into an internal ducal war, and its epicenter will have been Londinium. I've come into some intel. It has the potential to save tens of thousands of lives. The sort of thing I need to deliver out of the city before tomorrow's daybreak. This story goes until chapter 11. Yeah, so like chapter 9 to... Did I say chapter 11? Goodness. Chapter 9 to chapter 14, right? War, you say? I'm afraid so. The fire of war could spread to other cities at the moment notice. Every Victorian needs to make preparations. I know, Jean. I know. Victoria's peace has endured for over 2 decades since His Majesty passing. Many call it a miracle, but I long cease to believe it a miracle of any sort. We will read for like probably 2 hours, and then I'll probably end it there. No, I'm just today has gotten me exhausted. Victoria's peace has endured for over 2 decades since His Majesty's passing. Many call it a miracle, but I long cease to believe it a miracle of any sort. Wait, Victoria's peace has endured for over 2 decades. Is Victoria like always having a scuffle every year or something? No one would abandon their own interests, especially when its vastness is that of Victoria's. It instead gave those with the stuff to plunder it all the more to consider. We pitiful that live in the crack of history could only simply shut our eyes and proclaim it as peace. Yeah, Civil War. Are they like always in like Civil War or something? Who would have thought deathly illness would drive Stafford to such measure, and who would have predicted how the other dukes would respond? Without the effort of people such as yourself, this war would have broken out 22 years ago instead of being displayed today. Are you trying to soothe me, Golding? I'm only stating the reality, nothing more. You didn't reveal your goal to me, Heidi, let alone explain what your people have been planning all these years. You need only answer me one thing. Will peace come again? It will. That's what we've been striving for all along. This was what, like, was this 20 years ago, or is this like a few months in current time? We will protect our homeland, that is the truth, throughout the ages, that we Victorians will have believed in. Even if countless will die in the streets outside, even if with each end in sight upon the road of yours, the next preordained war comes to greet you. Indeed, because war will ultimately end, and it may end at the hands of us or our prosperity. When the smoke clears from the sky shrouding Victoria, no more will the children's smile be crossed with haze. Very well, I'm willing to believe in you, Heidi. I'll try to believe. Should I ever be able to return to Londinium, Golding, then I'll tell you everything when we meet again. Remember your promise. Come back alive. Jean, is this Mint's mother? Several hours later. I don't believe she is. They look so similar. Ralph, where's Ralph gone? Heaven's sake, everything's a mess. How can he still be running about? Miss Molly, Ralph said grown-ups keep mentioning artillery, but he's never seen it for himself. Valdi, he can't have gone out into the street. They've started firing out there already, the bullets and the shells flying all over. I'll go and find him. Lady Golding is far too dangerous. Ralph. Come here now. Lady Golding, don't fear, good boy. I'm right here. Let's hurry back. It'll all be better then. It'll be all right. Yes, Jean. That's what the sentence had. The sentence said "good boy," right? Lady Go. Now I gotta check. Yes, it did. Wonderful. I'm sorry, Miss Molly. You scared me to death, Ralph. Are all the children here then? Yes, ma'am, I've counted. About just now, a shell landed nearby. Whatever for? Just who exactly is warring with who? It doesn't make sense. Everything was fine this morning. How could this have happened to Londinians so suddenly? Don't cry, Molly. No tears in front of the children. Yes, ma'am. Hold my hand tight. At least we're all together. We have the defense forces and the Steam Knights. They'll protect Londinium. They'll protect Victoria. The Steam Knights. I think I just saw them. Are they the really tall ones in all black? And it was a shadow from a street lamp, wasn't it? Liar, it was definitely one of the Steam Knights. Tom the cobbler always goes on about them. He says how they're the symbol of Victorian's grandness. High over the valleys and high and over the rivers, rumble ye rumble, tell us the sound, shalln't be thunder and shalln't be gale, the grand knights of grandest Victoria crowned. Do you know that kind of goes off? That kind of goes hard a bit. I knew that song when I was little too. My singing teacher said that every year on the king's birthday, everyone gathered in the square to catch a glimpse of all the Steam Knights in formation. Can a Steam Knight really fly? Apparently all they do is run very fast, faster than any lightning or storm. With all the steam they emit on top, they must look like they're stepping on clouds. This is Pants. We don't even have a king. What? This is Pants. We don't even have a king now. I've never seen a parade once. Also, they told me their teacher once saw something even greater. It was the year Victoria had just defeated Gaul, and to celebrate the then king's birthday, dozens of Steam Knights returned to Londinium together. Their suits were draped in flags of Victoria, and once they all marched down the steps of the palace of Westhalig, it was like one giant flag all at once. And then everyone heard a howl even clearer than thunder. Yes, a howl. The people who were there say it was Victoria's emblem, the symbol of our flag coming alive. Because ever since that day, Victoria had officially surmounted Gaul and became the grandest nation of all Terra's lands. I'm so sorry, Lady Golding. Your father was Gaulish, I forgot. Is that why she looks like this? You need to apologize to me, Molly. You and I, Ralph, and the hundreds of thousands of children that grew up here all grew as Londinians. Perhaps the same goes for the one in the suit of steam armor outside. Do you know a Steam Knight, Miss Golding? Charles Lynch. He used to live in Tom the Cobbler was an old friend of his, hence why he loves to tell tales of His Majesty and Steam Knights so much. In fact, Lynch was the last Steam Knight His Majesty ever titled in his life. Is there a reason why we're getting such a focus on the Steam Knight? And the last Steam Knight titled up till now. The night drags on. If he was the last, then didn't they didn't okay, Dogda isn't a steam knight. She's just a knight of the round. For so long that the children hear every tale of the steam knight told in Lundium, the first light has just broken. The sound of artillery stopped sooner than they expected. Past the witching hour, the streets outside have more or less returned to silence, but no word as needed as they all continue to stay huddled indoors. No one dares to rush to see the state out there. And I used Hoshi to deal with the steam knight. Yeah, I remember that. I remember you saying that, I think. And I think I had like a challenge that Hoshi like held the knights. Near to every linear has been awakened the whole night. The same question circles in everyone's minds. Come next morning, will Londinium be different? The next day. Seems like everything's the same. Where's the Duke? Where have the Duke's men gone? I knew the situation would come under control. Lickety split once the steam knight showed up. I just didn't think it'd be this fast. Well, like some way or another we're going to need to buy essentials. We don't know what might happen next. You two, what are you doing out here? Mr. Adams, exclaimed for the children, a knowledge is just as indispensable, especially under present circumstance. Adams, could you bring me those set sub-plays from yesterday? And I'm afraid I'll need a few more too. These fairy tales, along with those first steps into mathematics and physics, and then a copy of Home Medical Guide. If you could parcel all that, please. Wait, what's that noise? From not far away, sound uniform steps. They're unlike those the Linders have heard at parades. These are heavier and more urgent. The Palace of Les Halig, the Shard, Parliament Square, one flight after another in seamless succession through almost desolate streets, to the central Londinium, Victoria's heart. As the footsteps press toward this most ordinary of streets, some of those ducked to the side of the street finally catch clear sight of the advancing army. Or better said, they see clearly the soldiers' appearance. The horns, each shape their own, all condensed in ominous black, not even the rushing yawn of daylight casting a shine on them. They're sarcasm mercenaries. By the way, chat, I just remembered something. What's his name? Oda. Did Oda go with Babel? Is Oda part of Rhodes Island right now? That's all I'm just gonna ask that because I haven't seen Oda in like any of the past chapters, but we know like I think he went with us, didn't he? If they are mercenaries, I assume they'll leave soon, and then London will be back to the way it was, won't it? Okay. I mean, like, there is. That's all I wanted to know. Oda only showed in Babel event. Now that's such a missed opportunity to add Oda into the event and not have him in like any of the future chapters. They don't know it yet, but in the years to come, I would think Oda became like an elite operator or something. Years to come, many a thing will change completely. For one, the Sarkaz army won't ever leave Londinium, and for another, from that day forth, no one will ever see steam armor in her streets again. That's kind of sad. Wait, did the Steam Knights get routed? Or did they get... Well, he can show up in future events. Okay. If he shows up in future events, he's probably gonna be like older, right? Or is it or not? Hopefully he'll be older. One year ago, 97. Oh, he has the last batch of polymer prep come in yet? What do you mean it hasn't? This takes the pit. Oh! Ooh! Who are you? A little old, but still cooking, I see. He was in charge of transporting these materials. It was the one in charge. What are you dithering for? It was Feist. That boy. Yeah, first thing this morning. Should have been back ages ago. Yeah, still cooking. I would have said marinated, but that wouldn't be quite right to say. Who went with him? Tommy, Pato, and Day. They're not the same workshop. How'd they get on the same shift? They all get along like a house fire. Keep mucking together all the time. Vice is their little ringleader. Yeah, and what? Siege is older than that? Am I someone's grandma? I can't really put a face to a face. 30. No, didn't y'all say not Siege? Blaze. Is it in no, Blaze? I'm talking about Blaze. My bad, not Siege. You've hit Siege is 30. Siege was like she's like 24. You have a grandson? Well, that's too bad because he's not gonna be built. Blaze is 40. I thought y'all said she was older than that. You've hit a snag from the sounds of it. Small potatoes, nothing more. Small potatoes. Catherine, you know what day it is today, right? How could I forget? I've been fearing it for my life. I'll upset our officer if I sign and it look like foul scratch. I started practicing my signature 10 whole days ago. 40 to 44? Okay. I thought she was at least 80. I thought y'all said she was like 80 or something. Siege is like 36 or 37? Are you talking about Siege or Blaze? Never. That's practice under your belt. Then, the general stressing importance hard on the handover ceremony in 2 days. Reportedly, Defense Force head is showing too. Man, chat, I banned so many bots that I know exactly where to go to ban them. No, that's Blaze. Okay, so Blaze is around 36, 37? Want a sig? Pass one here. You know why it is all over your factories. People have stuck around until now. Don't you? We work very hard. That's a given. You do your work very well. We're alike in that regard. Work, get paid, scrape a living, but our employers know all too well the more exceptional a merc's work, the less he can be trusted. Standard fare. Old manager of this industrial park, Sir Humphrey never trusted us either before you dragged him away. Don't make trouble for me, Catherine. The mercenary's tone is placid, like he's the one asking Catherine if he wants a smoke, as he so often does. But this is his job. Offering a few disobedient London workers to him is almost the same as the screws she's tightening on the daily. Catherine taps her cigarette into a bag. Can't have ash falling into the machinery. I've told you more times than I can count. If you want efficiency maintained, our factory can't afford one fewer worker. I admire you a fair bit, Catherine. Even a typical Mark might not even have the guts you do. You've got the stuff. The thing is, it's possible to take away. It's possible to take anything too far. London's got over 100 munition factory just like yours. Even if this whole place was dead empty, the regent wouldn't care. Nothing will change. The ceremony will come the day after. We'll hand over everything promised, and all our workers will be there. No need for you you lot to worry about a thing. I'll take your word for it then. Of course not got a lighter. You're just holding your cig there. You hold on to it. After all, Indian smokes always have a sort of engine oil to them. Can't ever get over it. Catherine, what do we do? I'm kind of sad I can't replay voice lines. Off to the loading area. Pato, done there? Just this screw left. Sort it out. If this keeps up, they'll be waiting a whole week at least to get more polymer prep. Polymer up to our ears. It's just batch after batch coming in. The hell are the sarcasms building? I haven't seen Granny. Doesn't let me anywhere near the assembly line. Only her most trusted workmates get to climb up that walkway. The longer this keeps up, the more it must be very important to the sarcasm. Gotta be a weapon, right? We've been pumping out auto crossbows for the sarcasm the last few days in the workshop. Could only be. Still got so many ducal armies outside eyeing us. Be ghastly letting the sarcasm get away with this, I'll tell you. We gotta stop them, Pato. We can't be helping the sarcasm fend off our own. Think it'll be any use if we destroy this batch of prep? Think we'd get sentenced? He's 4 years old during the event that debuted Blaze Altar, which is 5 years after the start of the game. Siege is around 30 as the scene where she's riding the lions is set 26 years ago. Wait, what the Okay, but Siege, 5 years. Blaze is 40 years old. So she's 35 right now? I'll set up if that's what it comes to. I'm not afraid of being taken in. You can't do that. Granny? Oh! Oh, wait! Grab him. Okay, no wonder. I was trying to see the resemblance in a I was trying to think of all the operators that I use, and I couldn't think of anybody. Of course it'd be Feist. Of course it would be. I can't see the resemblance. But it makes sense. They work together. No, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense. They work together. Okay, whatever. On the fly, she grabbed a small file and throws it. Man, family affairs gotta be. Family dinners have to be very awkward in this family. Other games she would be as of chapter 11. She'd be, as it said, 18 months after the game starts. Okay. With a clang, the worker's spanners flies out of his hand and onto the ground. Do you know what it is you're doing? I'm stopping the sarcasm. You're making a scene. I've got it all planned. I won't drag any of you in. I'll tell the sarcasm I did it, and then you'll die at the sarcasm's hand. You're making yourself out as a hero, aren't you? I'll try and flee. I've been planning this forever. You're using the crawler you modified. You're hiding on the cargo track and slipping out of Humphrey that way. So you knew. I've been living in this industrial park for over 50 years. Whatever silly business you try, it won't slip by me. Grind, listen to me. I received some news. There's a rebel organization active in Sudan right now. They've rescued a whole number of people from the sarcasm, and they've even taken back some plates. They call themselves the Lydian Citizens Self-Salvation Corps. We're going to meet them. Are you now? And then? What? Are they lacking for Smith? Are you going to assemble the automobile production pipelines for them? Maybe design the next generation of crawlers. You can't even put a single armament together. You're going to go up to the people itself and tell them you want to bash Sarkad's heads in with spanners? I'm learning. I know the stories you've told me, like how you got selected to build a steam armor when you were young. And I've heard you spending night after night polishing at power conducts. I don't get it. We're Londonian workers. You've been teaching me that since I was little. You've told me how our factory built modern Victoria. But now we're lowering our flag at a handover ceremony and raising the sarcasm ensign. And then we're taking the assembly line. We're so proud of producing weapons for the sarcasm with it. And those weapons will end up pointed at Victorians. How can you bear life like this? Like what? Life like this is our life. The life you and your parents have always been living. Look at this factory. Nobles with titles longer than their surnames. Businesses tossed with lives built on trade. Even the sarcasm. We've had people posing as master come and go. But the assembly line's still there. The machines still haven't come to a halt. Each rivet that passes through our hand is still in this place it's meant to be. Whoever might be occupying that place in the middle of Londinium, this city we built, will still see tomorrow and the day after that. But I don't want a tomorrow like this. What kind of life is a life without freedom? It's being alive at most. It's being alive at most, that's it. If this factory, if Londinium isn't ours any longer, then where's the point of everything we made for it? You know, Fies, 25 years ago that night when the flames lit up the sky, your dad said much the same thing to me. Boss, the sarcasms are almost back. You're free to go wherever you want, but from this moment on, you are forbidden from ever setting foot in the factory again, Fies. A worker who won't finish the job with his own hands isn't fit for the job. Anyone who wants to go with him, I won't stop you either. Just remember, you step out of this door and you are no longer one of us. So are we meeting her again in current time? Several days later, if I didn't know any better, I would have thought that would be Oda. Well, inventory check. This lot of the factories have handed in the designated amount of material. Excellent. Miss Catherine, as you know, taking on London's hundreds of factories and ensuring their smooth operation by no means a simple feat. Thus, my only opinion is to personally see every handover complete. Some unpleasantness always come part and parcel, but this handover out of this final set of factories has been the smoothest. I must thank you for your willing cooperation and for sparing me so much time. I just don't want to do anything that would be of no avail. I admire your attitude, Miss Catherine, but I'm afraid your heart of hearts doesn't agree with you. You mean, I hear a few days ago some workers fled your factory. Being the case, I'd like to take stock of personnel while I'm here. Have a look at your factory names. It was my grandson who ran. Catherine. Oh. You understand to do without thinking. Very plain dealing of you, Miss Catherine, but frankness alone will not quell this matter. Sir, I can't guarantee you everyone under me is of one mind. I don't have that capacity. I can only guarantee you this factory hands in its design material quota. Could I ascertain, or are you asking me to let him go? He's a single type. Every hair on his head out of place. He's hardly going to affect this factory's operation. But you could. I've heard about your past deeds, Miss Catherine. No matter where you chose as a workers' representative and woman of honor, I esteem you for it. But we always must nip these things at the bud. Or are you able to guarantee me that your grandson won't become a traitor to us, such as if he joined that Salvation Corps? That's all the vogue. I've no need to guarantee it, sir. Young ones always think they can do something, but it always turns out that they don't know what it is they're facing. They'll nip themselves. I understand your sentiment. Indeed, pursuing a single escape worker pales in comparison to the gravity of ensuring a dozen factories continue to stably operate. I can overlook this affair, Miss Catherine, but I hope you are able to keep your promise. As long as I'm in charge of this factory, there will never be a problem. Excellent. In that case, it's time to get on with the handover ceremony. Gosh, that word. Just our damned luck. I've wanted to go to the factory too and watch the flag raising. Quit gripping. You can see it from here anyway. Just tough it out. There's none of the gravitas here that you'd get watching on site. Man, who the heck knew we'd actually take Victoria's capital? Dream of that in the past and you'd kick yourself. True enough. Still, next comes the hardest part. The Dukes are all eyes on us. If they were good for anything, we wouldn't have seized Londinium so handily. That was close. Luckily, these mercs have no idea the plate has a gap you can get into here. Price makes his way to the pipeline entrance. He's done his survey. Somewhere along this passage is a connection to Sidian, but now on the verge of setting foot inside it, he has doubts after all. He wasn't kicking Pato. He's thought over every difficulty he might potentially face. Oh, kidding. Certainly, though, with whatever he said was that he didn't have a plan for every problem. Granny wasn't wrong. After all, he's just a smith. He has the head that passes for smart and relatively hardworking. These two things are ensure he could meddle through life fine in Londinium's peaceful years, but there's no telling if those save his life right under the sarcasm's nose. Tommy was right. If only those massive hulking metal lads were still around. He's all grown up and still has never seen a steam knight before. Wait a minute. I just realized something. In the trailer for this either I think for this chapter or the last chapter, there's a trailer. And in the trailer it shows those, like, think the steam knights being dropped into they're being like dismantled, right? Is that what happened to them? With the factory ceiling so high and the hatches so small, the view of the sky can't help bring minuscule from within. And ever-changing shades cast a little projection down into the factory, never changing to use the sound of the assembly line. One hunk of metal striking another, as well as the sight of old Granny standing at its sides. Think it's dull, don't you? Hold on to your hammer and spanner tight. If you really want to do something, you got to persevere. You strike once and you get nothing more than a hunk of beaten metal. You strike again and again and you can make steam armor. You strike again and again and then your child and your children carry on striking. And we've got Londinium. More or less. Okay. Should he head back? Should he go in? He has no idea. I wonder if there's any like Steam Nights left that's just like hidden away somewhere. Far away comes the sound of a sarcasm bugle, and Feist follows that sound. Atop every factory in London stands a flag. The flag stands for Victoria. Not once since this factory's founding has that ever changed, but that as of today has changed. Sign here, Miss Catherine. Without hesitation, Catherine, upon the document that embodied transferal of factory authority, signs a practice signature. And now the final changing of the flag. Go. Yes, sir. Stay, Miss Catherine. Be what it may, you are currently witnessing history. Sir, can I light a smoke? By all means. She's gonna throw it on the flag. Sir, just as you heard of me, I've heard about you too. Gaul. Yes, my father was a Gaulish loyalist. That's no secret. If you're querying me how I feel at this moment, Miss Catherine, an instant of joy that there was no bloodshed throughout this procedure, but outside of that, my heart is filled with nothing but sorrow. Not far away, Sarkaz soldiers ferry over the flag that stands for them. Meanwhile, an additional two Sarkaz prepare to lower the current one. Catherine can see the happiness on their faces, and beyond them, a pleasant sunset glow. Catherine knows it's all significant. The dark isn't long away. Turns his head, and from this position, he just so happens to be able to see the factory flagpole towering high. He stands there and watches as Victoria's flag descends foot by foot. A moment later, foot by foot, the flag of the Sarkaz rises. As if nothing changed at all, he takes a deep breath and sets foot into the pipeline. It's pitch dark within. Apparently, he sets off for the direction of city, and he recalls all of the munitions factories have now completed the handover, and on this day, they have exchanged Victorian flags for those of the Sarkaz. They flutter in the breeze. '98. Palace of West Halig, Londinium. Even before London was a nomadic city, the Palace of West Halig stood here. The name was already plain West Halig. The Draco family convened its ministers here in this palace and used their beloved gold and ruby to decorate the outer walls. Said decorations went up in flames during the Great Fire 300 years ago. Still, the building's skeleton remained, and it bore witness to the first Aslan king's coronation. Therefore, West Halig formally became the Palace of West Halig, the culmination of age of peace and prosperity founded by the Draco and Aslan kings in joint. 26 years ago, the last Aslan king was captured in the same place by the Parliament standing forces, and now it is no longer the building where the Victorian Parliament assembles. Set at the conference table is but one person, not Draco nor Aslan, but Sarkaz. Right. Still no sign of movement from the Duke of Gododin. Gododin? Ever since Viscount's life was attempted, our activity in the Demesnes has been greatly restricted. Lavish saloons held every night at the Duke of Normandy's residence, but the flow of raw steel is extremely suspect. and all intelligence personnel have turned up empty-handed. Any sound from Dublin is drowned out by the Duke of Wellington's high-speed battleship roaring. We've as of yet been unable to penetrate into the Iron Duchies, but no other Duke would be able to impede the veteran without a doubt. The Marquis and Co. have finally given up on the Duke's Stafford inheritance. The Duke of Castor admitted envoys and gifts on the New Year's Eve. Activity from all dukes have been growing increasingly frequent since last winter. It may be a sign they're about to reach a conclusion. Preparation for Londinium remain at the same pace as. Hold for a moment. Sorry, what, you're sure? Lithuanian 3 days ago? This is too slow. Yes, it looks like they're finally found results after their deployment peacemaking. New ciphers just been decoded. It's word from the front line, General. Yes, I need to notify you ASAP. 3 days ago, the Empress's voice grandiosely left the Duke of Windermere's. What are these words? We didn't discover contact between the two sides in time, but just today, a fortress changed course, and it's sliding straight for Londinium, the one that's been nearest us over the past 2 years, pushing Delhi from Lithuania into the Victorian border, nearing the ravine. Yes, it's the Carfir's archenemy, Duke Windermere's army. Duke Windermere announces internationally this is to avoid catastrophe. Silence once again hangs over the hall, but at this moment his eyes shut tightly. Tiresias sees this thick fog outside Londinium. Once it clears, the battle will come right on schedule. Four steps break through Tiresias' train of thought. He is forced to open his eyes. Tiresias, it's you. Weren't you asleep? Perhaps. The Victorian dukes are a cunning lot. They meticulously sift aside every word of intel that flows into Londinium, making the Sarkas lose their heads. The advantage is in ours in the gamble, yet neither have we been at a disadvantage. Every military commission's business is always endless. Such is our history's fragility. Even a single moment on a piece of information awry would suffice to forever damn Kazdo. But even now as we stand in Londinium, things have hardly changed much. You're still as weary as ever. No, one thing has changed. You're here. Yes, I am. The breadth of possibility has crossed my mind. If you were to take my head, perhaps you would make a much cleaner job of it than I. You would never think that way yourself. That was a hypothetical put forth by Manfred. I am always in need of some differing voices. What's on your mind now? A dream. I saw us in Londinium yet unarmed. Clouds enveloping the city, black stones growing everywhere, and the Sarkas there in the way, between catastrophe and the crowd. Once the disaster lifted, Londinium city gates were wide open to us, and the Victorians stood flanking the streets, cheering and welcoming us in. We entered the palace and the one sat the throne no longer feared the black stones that grew from us, and took our hands. He called the Sarkas friends. It sounds unfathomable. There was more. I saw vampire something Windigo set foot together into reaches more northern than even Ursus, casting fragments of strange monsters back onto the fading frigid sky. What is this? What is he talking about? I'm gonna screenshot that. That looks important. And I saw Banshee and Damatsy venture to parts more southern than even Iberia, walls against the ocean's desert within the boundless water. Are they saying that they are just scouting north? Countless Sarkas giving their lives for this land, and Asta and Draco, feline caprine Liberty stood together with them. Stood together, yes, the Sarkas were no longer the nomads excluded. The land embraced us, and we had roots anew. This dream was not mine. This scenario all originated from what you once described to me, a future the Sarkas could have. I remember, but you told me then that my ideas were too distant, that it was not only our enemies who could never comprehend me, but neither could the Sarkas. A myriad of years of grievances became our weapon, and one and all imposed upon me. You also told me that the flames of war within the Sarkas would tear them apart before I led them to the future that was more likely in all respects. But you begrudged giving up any possibility, even if it may be but a nascent spark. It is pronounced as domain and is related to property, especially the lands around a noble's manor. It's pronounced as domain. You've also said that this world once was only the Sarkazes. That the ancients and the elders wrestled our homeland from our forebears' hands, related to French. Is that even it doesn't, so it's not an English word then, right? Their souls in death still murmur the sarcasm of betrayal, how the royal court withered like autumn leaves. How our bloodline is lost in howls of grief. How ridiculous the sinners are in forgetting history, and how the Kazel runs through all across Terra. And then they cry out, the Sarkas has invaded our homeland. So better that the Sarkas believe in the fight. The fight can herd our destinies together, one as one. Better than that. Because of 10-6 English, quite a lot of old French words. Yeah, but like, I didn't think they'd be using it in this country. We're in British, not France. Peace. This isn't fair. To rule is a method of coexistence too. Terror will perish by its own hand before it confronts those time-old questions. But our homeland would be more magnificent than many of the seaborne or hexcrafters would hold the northern menace at bay. Our knowledge, all-encompassing would dispel Originium and the catastrophes. For all that, the Sarkas must reach an answer. You're right, they must. If this is a conversation we've had countless times, but now you can hear their voices clearly. You can make real contact with the ancient souls trying to do. So tell me, Teresa, did this myriad of years of all the T-Kaz's soul that lived and breathed and passed from life to the other, shown in death, did they ever receive a momentary respite? I've already failed, Teresa, because you're a move behind. Because at this moment it is we that stand here. Londinium, tell me, Teresa, when you stand atop the shard and look at the city, what is it you see? That Victoria is a nation lush with ingenuity. Without a doubt, in a few short centuries they built nomadic cities, withstood catastrophes, even attempted to control the storm. Why fight when we can Alabama? Why are you bringing Alabama into this? You didn't know that for a time after spoke French, not English? No, I did not know that. I did not know that. Not to mention those knights of the White Steam, the valiants of those steel suits of armor that ventured into Casdo 200 years ago fall far short of that which I saw in the years to follow. Perhaps it's the fault of our unique blood for granting so many of us lives for too long. So long that the intervals between one war and the next, we lift our heads only to realize that accepting the sarcasm, everyone accepting accepting the sarcasm, everyone is progressing on. No, it's nothing to do with the length of a individual's life. They have the opportunity to progress simply because it's the past they multiplies the freedom to choose between war, peace and war. Teresa, when I look at Londinium, I see the number of times this nation has gone wrong. The Victorians scorn how primitive the Sarkas are, yet in essence they simply use the rules of the culture they founded to guard the greed and violence that runs in their deepest marrow. They tear at each other incessantly. Ultimately, everything they've made will be ruined by their own hands. That is why we could win this chance at freedom. Even if hope is still as remote. I won't give up on any possibility. Yes, in that regard, we've always been so alike. The year 1098. Residents of the Duke of Cumberland, Australian district of Londinium. Doctor, a messenger has just sent back some key intel. The main Sarcast forces are on their way back to the city right now. It's extremely likely this means they're about to wage war with the Duke's armies. But given previous intel, even if they do return to Londinium, the Sarcas military won't be enough to directly contend with all the Dukes. With the Sarcas choosing to act now, they obviously believe they've grasped some key power. They'll sway the situation for them. That skyscraper the Sarcas occupied. We learned there's a weaponry concealed in the big building. Yes, but will it sway things? It will. Clovicia, have your people ever taken note of the storm above the shard? All those dark clouds seem highly unusual. According to the intel we obtained, that's no normal storm at all. That's a catastrophe the shard is causing, even if it's entirely the same as a true catastrophe. The Sarkas want to cause a catastrophe, though they're still in Londinium themselves. What would they gain from destroying the city? We're not just conjecturing Shard's purpose. This weapon, or this technology rather, it's like Rhodes Island's chief objective to enter Londinium. Rhodes Island came from the clouds surrounding Londinium? Yes, it's not just a figure of speech. It's the eventualities Theseus does activate the shard. He'll lead the flames of war and the storm together upon those he sees as the Sarkaz's enemies. No catastrophe messenger could predict a man-made catastrophe course. No nomadic city could escape such a catastrophe's assault. Countless Sarkas and Victorians will die in that battle, and it's likely to be even more tragic for those who survive. Most of them will become infected. Not to mention, the shard isn't on the border; it is in Londinium, a nation's very capital. Which means the Sarkas will use Victoria's power to destroy her. If we can reach that stage, then everything the corpse has done will be for naught. Even if we could rescue people from a catastrophe, and as Rose Island does, Londinium and our livelihood would be past any point of return. Clovicia, Rhodes Island is greatly thankful for the self-salvation course. Without your help, without your help, we would have had no way into central Londinium. But neither I nor the doctor will lie to you. No matter how Rhodes Island plans to approach the shard, the battles ahead will be brutal. Each more brutal than the last. If we can stop Teresis within the next few days, we'll be facing an all-out war, and Dukes will march with the eye to enter Londinium. If the course choose to wait for the Duke's armies, oh man, we can't do that. I'm the daughter of a textiles merchant. Most of the fighters, in fact, are just ordinary civilians. We have workers, farmers, craftsmen, traders, and our background are as tapestry of millions together under the one goal of driving the Sarkaz out of Londinium as soon as possible. That's why the corps won't place all its hopes in Dukes. Otherwise, we'd never have been able to take a stand ourselves. Our greatest fear is if it came to it, wouldn't even be the Sarkaz controlling the shard. It'd be the Dukes, dropping any shred of thought for the ramifications. So the Corps has no intention of suspending operation. Correct. On the contrary, in fact, with war on the eve of breaking out, there are some things only the Salvation Corps can do here within Londinium. Such as getting as much possible until the supply line from the rear. We think alike, Doctor. Should the Dukes wage war, the Sarkaz will surely have provision made to hold Londinium. Being a street force, Londinium is self-sufficient to an extent. However, the Sarkaz actions in the city have long since outstripped that load. Still, unlike Londinium's previous masters, the Sarkaz don't get a drop of evident support from any of Victorian's other cities. In comparison, while the Dukes do all act on their own liberties, they'll each have their own steady flow of supplies. A supply line, the Sarkaz do have some kind of hidden supply line, definitely. Completing the shard has been a multi-year undertaking. The idea they're relying solely on Londinium's own production is practically impossible. It originates outside of the city, and its terminus is in a Londinium munitions factory that builds weapons for the Sarkaz. Right, if we can locate the supply line. I'm afraid so, Doctor. The Corps have a fighter who knows Highbury in and out. Doctor, you know him very well. Right, he is the most suited candidate for this mission. And some minor preparations only they want everyone away from the Sarkaz's watch and for the munitions factory. Okay, so we know which one we're going to. We're going to Catherine's, right? We still need other, more concrete sources of info. The Defense Force Command HQ. It's a tower located at the border between, and it controls the info network for this entirety of Londinium's defense systems. Given the supply line, given the supply line can penetrate Londinium, there must be records of it lying somewhere in the system. Their commander Leto threw himself to the Sarkaz a few years back. It'd be pointless to try and win backing from a treasonous. If we plan to rid their command tower, we need some other way to seize system privileges. Of course, methods aside, that's the fact that our troops desperately need new armaments. The Sarkaz have placed their sights back on the city interior, and our supplies are stretched thin. Oh man. Allerdale looks so different. I'll think of some way to address supply needs. When it comes to keeping Londinium going day to day, there's still seriously a Victorian trader who's fallen in line with the Sarkaz. I think I like. I wonder what I wonder what she would look like with the longer hair. Older now. Allerdale. However, in turn, there's a different matter that I need you all to help me with. Clovis, the Rhodes Islands have brought Artorius' relic back to Londinium. Artorius, that's the surname the royal Draco's descendants took. Exactly, I've already checked with Dr. Amia. It's an Artorius key, without a doubt. And that key opens the way to the door of the Mausoleum of Kings, which means we can retrieve the Realm Blade, the Sign of Kings. Its significance goes beyond what any ordinary would ever imagine. Trust me, please. It's not just some pretty piece of steel bestowed with symbolism. If we say the shard is Lindim's great, incomplete ambition, then the truth of the Victorian Realm Blade and the Mausoleum of Kings that would be Lindim's real ace in the sleeve isn't just symbolic. Only a few nobles along with Victoria's royal families knew about it, and I happen to be a Cumberland. I believe you. The Mausoleum Kings are practically a thing of myth to us, but if a royal key can open the door to it. I mean, how exactly did Rose Island even get this key? Should I not have asked? But you won't conceal the key's history. But it isn't Rose Island. It bears tales upon tales that I was never a part of and could never tell you. For Rose Island's time with it, though, I can tell you bit by bit if you're interested. I'm just floored, really. The legacy of Torius, the truth of the shard. It's as if Rhodes Island really has been preparing for all these years now to be here today in Londinium. You know what? This is probably a long time coming plan, because in Babel we ended off on Londinium being taken over, wasn't it? But I won't delve any further for now. I won't make anyone else either. It might lose us an important ally. Amia, Doctor, do you have anything else you want to tell me? I am your queen, and you shall bow. There is one other thing, in fact. Clovicia, about my background, I'd like to have a chat with you. Clovicia, I would like to have a chat with you. On one knee, my royal subject. Or my loyal subject. The flowers. Doctor, look at these flowers, they're growing. It's amazing. A place like this in the middle of Londinium, in a Sarkaz-occupied city. You're both quite right, Doctor. Miss Amia. Despite being slightly negated these past years, the Duke of Cumberland's Manor is still Londinium's most iconic building. I have not much recollection of my home out in the Duchy, my childhood memories mostly tied back to here. Nobody would ever truly leave this place to rot, would they? Miss Allerdale, the fact she went to lay everything bare to Miss Clovicia, while it turns out your crew was already wise to her Highness's identity. I didn't expect that, I'll confess. Vina and I do get along really well. Well, that reply of yours surprised me even more. Rose Island knew who her Highness, yet have been willing to treat her as Vina, leader of the how the hell do you even pronounce that? Glasgow gang. Jesus. Give Gulfis and Vina some more time. The corps have their disagreements when it comes to nobles, you know, and her Highness is going to have a lot to say. I'm sure you have questions for me too, mysterious little bunny. I'd like to jibber jabber a little with the enigmatic Rhodes Island myself before it's time to mingle with the merchants. Miss Allerdale, is this residence truly secure? Rational question. The Sarkaz actually have their motives for not flushing out the nobles in central Nadim's massive city. There's much too much for them to mind. But we paid a tremendous price to sit in the middle of the war unscathed, Miss Amiya. Dignity or what have you, it is the least valuable part of it. Given the chance, I'll explain to Rhodes Island in detail, but the Sarkaz informants surveilling this manor are under our control, and for now, I ask you trust me. They haven't realized we've infiltrated them. They're wrong to believe Londinium's city nobles have lost their every weapon after being isolated. Their mistake. You still have some way to counter Sarkaz surveillance? Provisionally. And no, if Her Highness has decided to be fortified with the corpse, then it's not my place to be covering it up either. For the sake of a smooth partnership, I can explicitly guarantee to you all that, even now, the Cumberland Resistance has people who can establish extraordinary contract. But the Sarkaz aren't fools, they're well versed in war. Indeed, but like I told you, Londinium's a massive city. They don't have enough people. They're all on their own, and that serves us opportunities. Seems I haven't satisfied you much with my response. No, Miss Allerdare, I just worry your burden is too heavy. If there really is some way for Victoria to keep control of Londinium as it is now, no, I believe they can. But if they truly can, if they ultimately can, then what is it that they'll be doing in practice all these years that they've been having you do? Alder's face clearly twists for an instant. That flash of emotion is immeasurably magnified in Amiya's eyes. It's no simple resentment, nor weariness, nor panic. It's grief. A grief so familiar it hurts. I apologize, Miss Alder. I know I offended you. Clarissa was right. We don't need to pry into each other. It could very well strain our progress instead with this complex state of affairs. But if possible, please don't stifle yourself. We've seen the consequence of that time and again. Miss Allerdale, I'm being too heavy-handed, aren't I? No, Rosaline just keeps on astonishing me. It seems I was judging you by your cover. I never did imagine you'd be this sort of leader. You must be at least a decade younger than me, but the look in your eyes is a very real thing. Not to mention, you've seen right through me, considering you even cracked the secret of the shard ahead of Clarissa and I, and brought the Red Dragon's key with you. Honestly, if Her Highness hadn't vouched for you, I might just have even been wearier of Rhodes Island than the Sarkaz. It's true, Londinium. No, the Sarkaz to us have more significance still. That's why we're here. Well then, you're here. What are you fighting for? Her Highness gave me a simple synopsis of Rhodes Island. You seem to be sorts of bound to the Sarkaz. But according to what I've heard, Rhodes Island has, and has always worked for the sake of the infected. We do. Then the two of you must have plenty more going on in your heads right now, leader and commander of Rhodes Island. As you say, there is a great deal of people and affairs in London that we have inseparable ties to. I only speak personally and for the doctor too when I say that the truth and the past may be enough impetus on their own at this point for us to act. But we've already been through so much, it's long stopped us from fiercely viewing these strangers and calamities, or placing our individual feelings above the greater problem. That's why we're here to curb a war that would devastate the land and to dissipate the ground zero of Victoria's woes, to prevent the extinction of a race, to find the lifeline that by all right we have the method to seek, to help the infected, the worker, and even the Sarkaz have been desolated. What? Desolated? We're here to help people, Miss Allerdale. Every single person with life, every single person with the right to live. Only in the end that the majority can accept do the truth of the past have any significance. Amiya finished her speech with resolution. If Allerdale clear look of surprise, Amiya can't help but seek her heart. She spoke her most genuine, sincere mind of that, there is no doubt. The operators that work alongside her must surely be filled with the same staunch conviction. Dr. Calcett stands ever more alone, carrying the weight of ideals. So this ideal's origin, the strong flame of conviction that Rhodes Island to move in such colossal risk, to rush headlong into this political maelstrom, who lit it? And what if this answer of hers remains incapable of solving these pressing issues? Why'd they have to do that? They didn't have to do that, you know? Wait, have I been reading since this chapter? I mean, wait, was that all chapter? Was that all the after chapter? Oh, that was longer than I thought. Hey, Jean, I did. Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't realize that was all the after chapter. Oh no, it wasn't. Never mind. Oh, I mean, okay, never mind. So 11:4, 11:5. We'll probably read for 42 more minutes, chat. Oh, we're back with them again. A cake bar? What's a cake bar? Lady Golding, at last, you're back. Did I make it in time? Of course, you've rehearsed this play for well over a year, and this is the first time the children are performing the whole thing. We couldn't possibly start the show without you. I must find myself a good seat then. Children, are you ready? Let's begin then. A chocolate cake bar. Do you unwrap the bar by blowing out a candle? What the heck is this? Good morning, sir. This is a look of concern on your face. Is something worrying you? As chocolate chips in top 2. Oh, okay. So it's basically just a chocolate cookie with chips on top. The horn of Victoria has blown atop the walls for 3 days and nights, but why do I feel uneasy? Has our great general not returned triumphant? Praise his bravery and fearlessness. Bravery, fearlessness, perhaps, but you did not see the light in his eyes when he returned. When he gazed upon the crown, he was like a condor wing circling above a limping meat beast. Is that all you're having, Jean, or are you cooking anything else? Greed can send the most kind-hearted man straight to hell, and the masses will forever believe he reaped only what he had sown. Ah, man, this guy. These are our terms, Miss Allerdale. You need certain goods transported into Londinium, and this is nothing like what we usually carry. Both the quantity and the weight are highly unusual. I shouldn't ask what it is you need transport and why you need them brought into the city, but you must know that the risk we will carry for transporting them is immense. And I'm certain you know there are not many men out there who can do this for you. The Sarkas keep a close eye on all the ports of entry. Should they learn of this under-the-table deal, not one of us will leave Londinium alive. Even if your background and the greed of your friends watching your back are enough to keep your lifestyle in central London as is, I'm afraid they won't help you with this affair. If you want this deal to go through, you must put something worth the risk on the table. Thank you for agreeing to meet with me, Mr. Batter. This guy is probably a spy. I will consider your proposal. Time waits for no one. You must make your decisions soon. Probably undercover. Paid under the rug by the sarcasm. Their asking price is high. We discussed this situation. The royal mint is in Sarkaz's hands. News of this must have already spread throughout the entire city via the Magna breakers. Merchant smugglers are worried that the payment they earn will be worthless by this time next month. Naturally, they demand a method of payment that will keep this value in the long term. You intend to accept his terms? Mr. Bader was right. Time waits for no one. We have at most 5 more days to prepare. If we are able to ambush the Defense Corps command tower, we need to bring more weapons into the city. But what they demand is very dear to you. But this is the position we are in, Clovicia. I wonder if... Wait, is she leveraging the Steam Knight armor that they have? Helping him. What are you doing? What does Emmy need help with? Do I need to go in there and help coach? This is the position I'm in. How would you figure what it means to me? I'm afraid. No, I can't say this for sure. Your speculations are all wrong. You think of me simply as the magnificent Duke of Cumberland? You likely weren't even born yet, but I saw them hang Victoria's magnificent Lion King in the palace gardens with my own 2 eyes. My name is Cumberland, and anyone knows Cumberland was His Majesty's most faithful friend. Do you think the reason I stood here in front of you completely unharmed is because the bigwigs in Parliament had mercy on me? After this, I might just clock out because, like, I'm still tired from yesterday. Even now, I still regularly attend Lieutenant Colonel Leto's cocktail parties. My words still carry some weight there, and they still need me to soothe the masses. Of course, this is for our cause. It is also my own means. I understand your sacrifice, but your protection and self-salvation corps could not have made it to this day. I'm not a girl anymore. That thing in the attic means nothing. It is a pile of scrap. That's kind of sad. Oh, she's still alive. Make the arrangements and have it brought down from the attic. Yeah. Yep, they're giving away the armor. You disagree with my decision? I dare not speak, miss. I demand it of you. Lady Allerdale, no matter what you say, it is still House Cumberland's steam armor. The blood of your ancestors, the most esteemed Duke's blood flow within the armor. It is an honor that Victoria bestowed upon House Cumberland, and it is the symbol of your house, ever on high. It can be destroyed in the flames of war. It can be given to another who is noble or unsullied. It can't be traded to a greedy merchant. I agree. You don't think Mr. Bader is worthy. An ancient set of armor treated as a lowly collectible and then traded away at a bargain price for just... You've been at my side all these years, ever since I was born. We've kept the long-fallen House Cumberland alive. My house was built on nothing but a bunch of empty words: glory, loyalty, nobility, and perhaps benevolence. But none of them held any meaning today. It's you and I upon whom this house now stands. Have we gotten a better of them? Have we gotten a letter from them today? Not yet. You know, the music of the past, as if still rings loud in my head. This matter once hosted a king, but where is he now? Right here. Now the house shall host for a queen. My apologies, Your Highness. Call me Vina. Welcome, Vina. I returned from patrolling with the fighters. You're still willing to go on missions with the fighters of the Self-Salvation Corps? Splendid. I want to do as much as I can. It's more than enough for the men to simply know you are here. I've heard from Clovicia. The attic is absolutely cluttered with rubbish. I've got to pull myself together and clean it up a bit. Lots of the dust there. It must have your highness is helping me with such things. Allerdale, I don't want you to sell the armor. Is that an edict from your highness? I have no right to issue one. You're the one responsible for the self-salvation corps, not me. You know better than what's right for the corps, and I understand that the armor can buy us an opportunity. But please give me some time. I will find a way. You didn't worry yourself over this. Is that an order from the self-salvation corps district leader? Very well. If nothing ever happened, perhaps. Never mind. It's all in the past. Lady Heidi. What is it? Do we have any news from Golding? Yes, he just sent us a message through the transmitter at the bookstore. It's been forwarded to your terminal. Good, very good. She says she's safe. Everything is proceeding according to plan. Please send a reply. The doctor squad has successfully slipped past the checkpoint and infiltrated Highbury, thanks to the mercenaries working with Rhodes Island. Catherine, there's a problem with the conveyor belt at loading area number 9. Let's have a look. Wow, she doesn't look very... Oh wait, and it's only been a year. It hasn't been that long. There's a loose nut. Pato, I'm here. You're on shift today, and we're running shorter and shorter on time. What are you doing? If we don't speed things up, the sarcasms will smear your brains across the steel here. Sorry, Catherine. Now hand me the spanner. Okay. Here. Quick on your feet all of a sudden. You. Long time no see, Granny. Man, this is some shit that I would do to my own grandma. She's gonna be saying something, she's gonna be looking out into the window, like talking to herself, and I'm just gonna come up right behind her and like with my ninja like stealth and like just startle her or something. Bless her heart. I'm back. Pato, Catherine, see your team leader after work for a write-up. What? You let unauthorized personnel into the factory, most important landing zone. You're lucky you haven't been sacked. Granny, this isn't Pato's fault. It wasn't him who let me in. Good, Pato. Bring Tommy and Day with you to get written up. I'd better not see a single one of you trying to wiggle out of this. You and the strange character from God knows where next to you. Come. Why does it say act? Oh, right, they're in a play. Sir, why is the palace so quiet? Palace? What palace? You're facing the outer walls of the palace. Move aside, big heap of metal, you're blocking the sunlight. I'm facing nothing but an empty house. I am a steam knight, I purge all evil and injustice. Young man, it's over. No, it is not, nor shall it ever be. So long as we know what it is right and what is wrong, so long as we never hesitate to make the right decision, it shall never be over. I made my way here precisely for that reason. I invite all men to join me. Even you have yet to relax your tightly clenched fists, am I right? Amiya, our cover's blown. How many hostiles? Recon operators report 4 mercenary patrol teams headed in our direction. We have to pass through the district, reach the fortress command tower. We've only just made it inside. The Sarkaz forces are way too quick to react. We're being ambushed. How is the backup route looking? If the mercenaries have been lured to the front here, no, it won't work. There's another squad coming up fast. The Self-Salvation Corps just spotted them. What did they say? They had a run-in with the squad when they evacuated from Sudan. They say these Sarkaz fight, well, they're inhuman. The vampires men. Notify all units. The operation has been cancelled. Prepare to pull out immediately. There's no time. The vampires are moving way too fast. The Self-Salvation Corps has engaged them. Change of plans. We're aiding the Self-Salvation Corps. Where's the Cautus? What Cautus? Don't play dumb with me. She's been with you the last couple days. I have no idea what you're talking about, and I'm not talking, even if you kill me. Another stubborn bunch. What's this? Bugs? Bloody... Hang in there, friend. Back information. Don't let the bugs on the ground separate you. Defender operators, cover our allies' retreat. Rhodes Island and Self-Salvation Corps come here together, and we will leave together. We're probably gonna end it on this chapter here. But after that, I want to look at my operators a little bit. We have a signal, Amia. Good. Casters, hold the shields with me. Anyone else get to the corner. The Sargas casters raise their staves together. Monsters made of blood rush up from underground. The entire street opens as gaping maw beneath the soldiers. There's too many of them. Backlines cut through the flesh of the monsters, but even more rise again from the fallen, gnawing away at the arts, forming a defensive barrier. The fighters run for their lives, but the stench from the predator's jaws is far from behind. Finally, they make it into another alley and find themselves face to face with an aura that is potent, pure, and fearsome. What? What in the Limbus? The bloody tide stops in its tracks. It was as though they ran into an invisible wall and they round the corner. The maggot-shaped arch creations smash themselves into pieces, leaving bloody trails on the ground. The empty street is completely silent. Casualties? We're fine. We got out quick enough. I hope we've delayed the sarcasm, made things easier for Alardale and Siege. Thanks, everyone, especially our Self-Salvation Corps friends. Thank you for being willing to take this risk with us. Commander Clovissa calls Rhodes Island our most important ally. We're always ready to do what we have to. Plus, if Rhodes Island operators here hadn't helped us, that vampire would have done all of us in a long time ago. No need to thank me. I've seen too much meaningless killing on Lindinium. I must stop my compatriots who have gone too far. Vampire. Who are you? Sorry, Doctor. I thought I was just coming over. I had a little fight with Grandma when I skipped out of the factory last year. A dozen big brewish workers surround you. Their eyes are filled with suspicion. You glance at the drills and spanners in their hands, then at Fife's dressed like the workers, but here on his own. I guess Granny is still sore at me. I've got no reason to be sore at a dead man. I didn't even know my only grandson was still alive until a minute ago. I wanted to send a message, but it was too risky. The Sarkas monitors all communications to Highbury. I can't let the Sarkas tie you to the Self-Salvation Corps. So you joined that band of crackpots. The Lindinium Citizen Self-Salvation Corps. We did a lot in the city, and Granny. The Sarkas call the media, and they call us an unnamed violent gang. You're the ones who blew up the wall? It was the... The Sarkas damaged the walls while pursuing the corpse. Your grandson fought bravely in the battle. Thanks, Doctor. I don't know you had such a high regard for my rope work. So you're here to blow up the armory? Of course not. What did you say to your Self-Salvation Corps friends? We're making weapons for the Sarkas to use against Victorians? No, Granny, what I told them was, my grandma stands up to protect their livelihoods. I know you think I'm a brat with little more than a couple of silly tricks, but I don't come back to drag the workers into this. I'm not here to try to convince you either. I have my goals, of course, but it'd be brilliant if you were able to help me. But first, I just want to see that you're safe. Come here, let me have a look at you. You know what? Standing side by side like this, I see it now. Their eyes are very similar, and their hairstyles are reminiscent. Mm. You put on a few inches, brat. Yeah, I grew a little bit. I grew a little bit. I'll have the goods soon. A suit of armor. How many men would kill to get one like that? The noble Lithuanian love to flaunt such storied antiques. Oh, and do be sure to ask for Columbia's firms as well. They might be interested, even if the tech is centuries old. Oh, so he's selling it to America. America gets Gundam suits. Getting it out will be no problem at all. What business do you think I'm running in Lindium these days? The Sarkaz are a gang of raving psychopaths, and they alone can't rule Londinium. I have friends in the defense force. They'll take care of it for me. I've heard of a few external blemishes, however. I do hope that won't hurt the price. Why not cancel the deal if you're so worried about the price? Who's there? Don't worry, we just happen to be traveling the same way. Get this intruder out of here. Say, where are my bodyguards? I asked them to take a short nap. You can go and wake them up once we're finished our chat. All of them against just one of you. One, oh, my no. Look behind you. This is Londinium. I got friends in high places. Oh, where are they? I do tell. I bet I'd get on far famously. Don't do anything rash now. Play nice with us and nobody has to get beaten. Whatever Seed says you do. Otherwise my claws won't be aimed at the wall next. Alright, I understand. Seriously, you really got into it there? I learned it from you lot. Now then, let him go. You can open your eyes and put your hands down now, Mr. Bader. We're not going to hurt you, at least not yet. What do you want? My terms are clear. Cancel the deal for the Cumberland steam armor. And you'll let me go if I agree? Yes. But I'll make sure you keep your side of the bargain. Show Mr. Bader on map, Morgan, with pleasure. The marks on the map, those are my warehouse. How do you know about them? You don't pay much attention when you're out and about. You shadowed me? Correct. The Sarkaz cannot be bribed if they can learn that you've smuggled so much contraband into London through your connections. How helpful do you think your friend will be? Will he be able to? Will he be in any position to protect you? You're considered tipping off the Sarkaz? That may well get us killed, but they won't have to know anything if you continue to work with us. Do I have a choice? I understand your circumstances. I appreciate the opportunity to work with you. You will be compensated fairly. Wait a second. What is your relationship to Allerdale Cumberland? Are you her attendant? I can't imagine how House Cumberland is in any position to hire one. Watch your mouth. The Cumberland serves Vina, not the other way around. She's the daughter of a duke. You don't mean... No, I'm nobody. Lady Cumberland and I are comrades, along with thousands upon thousands of Londonians who long for peace. I do hope you're one of them, Mr. Bader. What if his name was Master Bader? Just one word away from a bad day. Or a good day. All those loyal to this land stand with me. The final battle against evil lies before us. Children, do you live here? Hide not the corners and shadows, even if you cannot hold a sword. There is more to being a warrior than simply holding a sword. Open your eyes, watch, listen, think. Tell me what is right, what is wrong, and what kind of life you wish to live. I march onwards with you as my witnesses. Brilliant. Look how good Ralph is, Lady Golding, how much he has grown. And to think he was a mischievous little beastling just 4 years ago. That's a little much, don't you think, Molly? Yes, I'm delighted. A handkerchief, Molly? Handkerchief? Oh yes, I can't stain my clothes with tears in front of the children. Oh, but I just can't stop crying to think that Ralph and the other kids will be leaving school so soon. It's time for them to have a rest, and us too. Yes, the final scene, that's the best part. Who's clapping? You didn't invite anyone to the rehearsal day, did you? Heidi? I'm going toward the back of the classroom. Many military crowd claps slowly by the door. What a splendid performance. This is the traitor noble dude. Leto, yeah. I didn't think the commander of the defense force would grace this classroom with his presence. Good afternoon, ladies. What the heck is he doing here? Okay, chat. That was... What was that? That was 11.5, right? That was 11.5. Wait, let me see. Let me watch this again, chat. Is this the one with the armor? It is. No, wait, it isn't? It is. I really like this, so I'm gonna watch this again. Although it is kind of sad what it's signifying. So they're dismantling the Steam Knights and making weapons for the Sarkaz, right? But why are they singing like... It already looked broke. It already looked very broke. I didn't break it. The Sarkaz probably broke it. Yeah, no, I'm like confused a little bit. Like, there's this part, right? And the first part, though, the first part they were breaking down the armor. They were breaking down the armor, right? But they were also like I didn't really look at the words, but the song sounded like they were. It sounded like an anthem. The song sounded like an anthem, but they were breaking down the Steam Knights, which confuses me a little bit. Okay, let me check my base real quick. How much have I been producing? Huh. Nice. This is nice. This looks about right. Stage Virtuosa is flying out of your screen. You might want to stop her. Doctor. Oh no, Virtuosa is not flying. She's having a little. She's having some neck problems. So she's just having some neck problems. Don't worry about her. Horrible. Emilio, I don't know. Why don't you like Virtuosa being there? It shouldn't be a problem. You should be happy. I tend to get around 60k LMD. Yeah. Maybe you should share some of that. I do need some LMD though. I will say that I do need a lot of LMD. I've been using a lot of my LMD. There haven't been very many events with that gives you a lot of LMD. Provoso can get you. Oh, I need to build Provoso though. Let me go check her. Look at Vina chat. Look at her go. What is that behind her though? Is that like a star or a flower? What? Provoso? Proviso? I said Proviso, didn't I? Let's check Proviso. What was she? Was she a sniper? She's probably here some. Okay, there she is. I can level you. What does she need to be? She need to be E1 or E2? I thought I didn't. Okay, Shining is finished. So this is who we need to build soon. We'll level them up. We'll finish Blemmy and then we'll level these up. E2? She needs to be E2? Okay, well she needs to be E2. I thought she needed to be E1. I would like to use this on Amiya, but Tequila? I don't even think I want Tequila. Actually, sorry. Let's get the Oh, I really want to use Korra for her skin. Let's use Korra. Put on another hat. Where's my other hat? Where's my other hat? Hold on, chat. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, never. Calm down. I'm trying to, let's see, we need to, you know, we don't really need to do this, but you know what, I want to try and finish this. I mean, this is quite, being in Victoria, this is quite appropriate for the time that we're in right now. Yeah, you definitely joined in time. I think I'm pretty good. Why are you slow? Oh my god! I thought you died. You're one hit, mother. Ah. Oh, when did I have Reed in here? She's handicapable. This needs a wandering medic? Hmm. Why is virtuos? Why is Ines so slow? I mean, she's on S2, I believe. I wanted you on S2, not S3. Gosh dang it. S3? I thought this... Oh, I thought that was... Oh, well, she was supposed to be on S2. Her and Golden Glow should have been on S2. No, it's okay. We'll be fine. It's fine. We don't need to start over. Hopefully you can heal everybody in that vicinity. When did I pick Reed? I didn't pick Reed. What the hell? Why do I have Reed? I'm still confused about that. Ah shit, the place is on fire. Dublin. Wait, Dublin. So is Mandragora here? Mandragora usually has the Dublin forces, right? Although that doesn't look like Mandragora stuff. Someone let stage cook again. Everything is on fire. It just be like that, you know. Okay. Aya. Okay, she's dead. See. Okay. Well, I don't know. Fuck. I just want to start a flame in your heart. I kind of hate. Sometimes I regret entering this game, but then again, the story brings me back. But sometimes some of these stages make me regret playing this game. Can we talk about Reed's placement? Reed is where she needs to be. How did you die? You weren't hit by anything, what? How did you just die? Nothing was hitting Reed. Where is she getting hit by? What? What are you? Oh my god, what are you getting hit by? You're not even being burned. Something is hitting you, but it's no longer hitting you. You probably killed it. You're getting hit again. What are you? What are you getting hit by? Don't worry. Monster is there to heal them, so it's fine. Okay, please survive. Please survive, Golden Glow. Please, please. You're fine. You're gonna be fine here, right? No, you're not. Of course you're not. I feel unsafe at 200 enemies. Who died? Oh, Reed. Okay, well, that was bound to happen. That was bound to happen. Are they attacking my last deployed unit? I think they are. I think my last deployed unit is being wrecked. Where's my NS? Okay, there you are. Hopefully it's my last deployed unit. I really hope so. Oh my goodness, it's so lagging. Who died? Man, Korra is getting Korra'd. Oh my gosh, we couldn't save her. We couldn't save her. Not in time. This is not good. You'll be fine, right, Jessica? You'll be fine. Oh no. Oh no, the game crashed. Oh no. Why are you using Blaze? Because Blaze doesn't suck. Blaze is okay, Mint. Don't you disrespect my Blaze like that, okay? Don't you do it. No, the game crashed. Oh no. It's generally worse than Vina. I mean, I can't really help that. Vina is just great. But like Blaze isn't bad. No, Blaze, although she might set the weeds on fire, she still helps. Why is that map so laggy? I thought it was just me and my four different games that I'm playing all at once, but I guess that map itself is laggy. But alright chat, I think that will be the end of this one. This event is lagging. Oh, okay, it is. No, AL is not open right now. Well, I don't think it is. I don't think AL is open. Yeah. Yeah, AL is definitely not open. What's the next CC that is? Oh, my MU. No, that is a point mark. No, I had not today. I was talking about the last time we had 4 or 5 emulators on. We were playing Limbus, we were playing ARKNIGHTS, we were playing Azure Lane, we were playing Lobotomy Corporation, and we were playing Subway Surfers on YouTube. And like we were playing all that. But let me see. ADHD stream. But yeah, chat, I think that'll be the end for tonight. We didn't do we made a little bit of progress, but we weren't able to do too much. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what we're doing tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday, right? We might play a random game Monday. I might play some Phasmo tomorrow. Take a break from the gacha games that I've been playing. But you guys have a good one, and thank you all for coming and listening to my reading stream. Peace everybody, and see you in the next stream. Monster Hunter, we'll see if I'll be able to, Quaz. I don't know if Monster Hunter will play smoothly while I stream, but we'll try. But you guys have a good one.